Hey, what's up everyone, GameDad here, and I am coming at you with the last part 4 of my current Game Gear collection. So, come with me as we dive in and check out the last of the games that are on the list. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was released by Aspect in 1992 and takes classic Sonic action, puts it onto the Game Gear, and honestly, the game is a blast on Game Gear. It is graphically a little inferior, of course, just because of the hardware, but overall, I think it's still really fun, and it's more like a Mario Land kind of version of Sonic. So it's not the same as the console, but it's still really fun. Up next, we have Sonic the Hedgehog Triple Trouble, released by Aspect in 1994, and this game throws Knuckles into the mix. So, super awesome Sonic platforming action, and you also get Knuckles in it, and personally, I always like playing as Knuckles in any of the Sonic games. So, it was awesome to see that addition on the Game Gear handheld as well. And here we have Sonic Chaos, released by Aspect in 1993. And in this game, it's another just typical Sonic platformer. The graphic style is a little bit different in this game compared to the other ones. And it's a little bit like sped up and faster. But overall, I mean, it's just another fun Sonic game on the Game Gear. And here we have Sonic Labryinth, released by Monaco Gaiken in 1995. And this one is definitely a weird one for the Sonic franchise. It takes more of an isometric view instead of the typical Sonic 2D side-scrolling platformer, and it's kind of strange the way the game operates. I mean, it looks like Sonic, and it sounds like Sonic, but it's very odd. I don't know. It's just not really my favorite Sonic game. And here we have Stargate, released by Probe in 1994. And I don't know if there's more to the game after this intro part, but this whole intro part has a very, Tempest vibe to it. As you can see, the tiles just kind of drop into place. You flip them around. You're trying to make the Stargate address. And overall, I didn't really care for it being on the Game Gear, but I do like it on other consoles. And here we have Star Wars, released by Tiertex in 1993, and this game is a lot of fun on this handheld. It's pretty simplistic, and gameplay is kind of like sped up. Not really super fast or anything, but it's just kind of jumpy. And it is fun, though. I mean, you're going around, as you can see, I'm playing as Leia here, shooting away with the blaster. Jumping is a little bit difficult in the game, but overall, I mean, really great Star Wars game, in my opinion. Up next, we have Super Columns, released by Sega in 1995, and it's a lot like the regular Columns game with some extra added features, but honestly, I think Super Columns looks worse than the regular Columns game on the Game Gear. I don't know, something about the graphics, it just wasn't that good. It's like they tried to be a little more creative with it and failed, in my opinion. We have Super Monaco GP, released by Arc System Works in 1990. And pretty fun racing game, not the best one that I've played. I do like Monaco GP2 a little bit better, but overall, I mean, this one was still fun. It's classic arcade style racing, and I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And in this one, everything is automatic. You don't have to manually shift, so that's kind of nice. I never really cared for manual transmissions in racing video games. Up next, we got Surf Ninjas, released by NuFX in 1993, and the movie was not that great, so I don't know why they made an actual game out of it. And as you can see, my copy is definitely having some graphical issues. It was kind of hard to get through the menus, but once I did, the actual gameplay was working okay. Colors were a little off, but I mean, as you can see here, the text came up no problem, but the game is definitely glitching out. Up next, we have Tasmania, released by NuFX in 1992, and this game, it's pretty good, but I like the next one in this video a little bit better. This, I don't know if it's just I'm not very good at the game, but man, I died so many times trying to outrun this stinking stone ball, and I couldn't jump over it, I couldn't outrun it. I was able to get kind of far in the level using my little spin thing, but then that ran out and I got crushed. Now here we have Taz and Escape from Mars, released by Headgames in 1994, and this one was a lot more fun. As you can see, the graphics are way better in the game, there's a lot more animation to it, even his little spin attack looks way better. And this is more of a classic platforming game, just done Looney Tunes style, and I've always liked the Looney Tunes games, so it was cool to see a game like this actually get made. Up next is Terminator 2 Judgment Day, released by Flying Edge in 1993, and this game is seriously nothing more than just a side-scrolling beat-em-up. There's nothing really Terminator about it that I can tell, and you just go around and beat the heck out of everyone. That's really it. You're punching people, and that's it. You can't even really throw people, you can't kick them or anything like that. You just go around punching stuff. Here we have Vampire, Master of Darkness, released by SIMS in 1993, and this game had a lot of Castlevania kind of vibes to it, and not just because there's a vampire in it, but because its art style and everything like that is pretty much the same. I mean, you're just kind of walking around a side-scrolling level, you can do some stabby McStabs and kill some enemies, and that's about it. And here we have VR Troopers, released by Syrox Developments in 1995, and these are like the wannabe Power Rangers. They're like the Power Rangers ripoff, and the game plays pretty much exactly like any Power Rangers game. You just play with these like teens in their suits, and you go. I mean, that's pretty much it. There's nothing really spectacular about the game. It plays kind of slow, and there are much better fighting games on the handheld. Up next, we got Winter Olympics Lillehammer 94, released by US Gold in 1993, and this game is garbage. I mean, it's very rare to find any of these Olympic games or anything like that that are actually truly fun for, more than 5 minutes. And yeah, it's cool. They added like some cutscene stuff to it or whatever, but overall gameplay is super stick figure-y and not really fun at all. Here we have Woody Pop, released by Sega in 1991, and this game was actually a lot of fun. It was giving me a few issues at first, but finally got it to work, and it's like a breakout style game. You're just going through, you're hitting all the little things and getting power-ups, and as you can see, it's launching like little robots onto the map and stuff, and I mean, it was fun. It was a unique take on a breakout game. And here we have Wonder Boy, The Dragon's Trap, released by Westone in 1992. And this game is like totally Sega's answer to Adventure Island on the Nintendo. It plays so much like it. The music is so similar in its kind of beat and style. Gameplay is pretty much identical. It's just a slightly different character. But, I mean, it's still fun. Adventure Island was awesome. Up next is World Series Baseball, released by Sega in 1993, and I wasn't really able to get any solid footage of this game, but overall, I mean, it's not the best baseball game that I've played, but on the handheld, it was actually pretty good. Graphics were okay, and it was exactly what you would expect from a baseball game. And here we got WWF Wrestlemania Steel Cage Challenge, released by Flying Edge in 1993. And this was having some graphics issues, but overall, it's a lot like pretty much any kind of WWF, WWE kind of game on any of the handhelds or consoles from this era. And overall, I mean, it just plays like a basic wrestling game. There wasn't really anything that super stood out to me. And here we have X-Men, released by Sega in 1994, and this is just like a classic X-Men Marvel-style game on the handheld, and just from this era in general. The colors are great, it has a great graphical style, it definitely feels like a Marvel or an X-Men game, and I had a ton of fun being able to play through this beat-em-up. And last but not least is X-Men Gamemaster's Legacy, released by Sega in 1994. Now, this is very similar to the previous X-Men game in this video, but they did have a few different changes. They changed a few things graphically, and overall, the gameplay is a little bit tighter, so that made the game a little bit more fun, in my opinion. So there you have it, everyone. That is every single Game Gear game that I currently have in the collection. Now, I am always finding new pickups, things like that, for games to add to the collection. Sometimes it's Game Gear, sometimes it's other consoles, but anytime I do, it's always awesome to see the different artwork, see how the game plays. Sometimes there's some really awesome ones, sometimes there definitely are not awesome ones, but I love just adding more to the collection. You can't have really great games without having some bad games along the way. Now, if you guys liked today's video, please let me know down in the comments below. And while you're down there, please be sure to also hit those like and subscribe buttons, as well as that little notification bell so you can alert every time I get a new video coming out. Now, as always, I'm GameDad. I thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you later.